Hi everyone! Today I'm going to do a quick review on the Fuego Sneakers. This is a shoe that everyone is talking about. It's all over social media, it's all over Instagram. Everyone's wearing them, so I decided to try them out. Also, I was really looking for a shoe that I could dance on all kinds of surfaces on, in bars with, on concrete, you know, for filming videos, etc. Fuego are a relatively new company. They specialize in dance sneakers. All the designs are pretty sleek, pretty minimalistic. In addition, we actually have a discount code for these, so I figured I'd give you a full review of my experiences with them. I've been wearing Fuego since March last year, so I feel like I know them pretty well. I've danced in them a lot, and I think I have a pretty good understanding of their limitations as well as their perks. Because I gotta say, first of all, I do really like the sneakers. I use them a lot myself. They're really comfortable. I actually ended up using one pair quite a lot as just general sneakers because they're just so comfy. They've got like really good padding. Obviously, if you want to use them as everyday sneakers, they haven't got good grips. As you can see, it's for dance, so there's not much grip there. And one other thing is these spin points. I was wondering when I bought them whether or not this would be a gimmick, because I just never seen it before. I don't think it is a gimmick. I think it does work. Yeah, I think it does work, especially on concrete or rougher surfaces. You definitely feel the difference. Okay, let's get into it. So first of all, I actually bought not one pair, but two pair of Fuegos back in March. One pair, this pair, as you can see, pretty nasty looking. I used these a lot. I wore them to bars, I wore them on the street, I wore them in the rain. I really wanted to test just how durable the Fuegos were and how much beating they could take, because I had a feeling I would be doing a video like this for you guys at some point. Anyway, then the second pair, I wore these. I was more careful with these. I wore these just in studios, once or twice in bars. As you can see, they almost look brand new. They didn't have much beating, and that's almost after a year. So first of all, let's talk about these ones. As you can see, very beaten. They actually even snapped here at the ball of the foot. And actually, I think that's a really good point to make. So I think a real issue with the Fuego, and not just the Fuegos actually, all dance sneakers in general, is that especially as a follower, you're spending a lot of time on your toes, on the balls of your feet, like up here like this. And I can display better with these shoes. Sneakers don't really help you in that regard. Like, you're not very supported, whereas like actual proper dance shoes with suede soles and a more supportive toe box, I believe it's called, will actually really help you stay in that position and not let you move your foot around, and basically it helps not to cause injury. So that is a big drawback of not just the Fuegos, any dance sneakers for bachata, salsa, kizomba, because it's the main dances I dance. I guess for street dance maybe it wouldn't matter so much if your foot is mostly flat on the ground, but obviously for the dances I do, it makes a big difference. And as you can see, I put so much pressure on these shoes that they actually snapped. I don't know if you can see it there. They actually snapped in the base of the shoe here. Anyway, so that's one drawback. Another drawback is that for some people they are quite loose. For my foot size, actually, they fit perfectly. But for a lot of people, they felt like, well, sorry, not a lot of people. I know of at least one person who has quite narrow feet, and they felt that their foot moved around quite a lot inside the shoe. And obviously, when you're doing spins, etc., you don't want that movement happening, because that can cause you to roll your ankle and actually cause injury. So that's a big point to consider. But on the plus side, extremely comfortable. You can dance on all surfaces, which is a big deal. I mean, like with the suede shoes I have, dancing on concrete, no, it's just not going to happen. Dancing on wet surfaces, no, like forget it. You're going to ruin your shoes. But these are good for that. And they're especially, I have to say, they're very good for dancing in bars, because you don't have to worry about spilled drinks. They're pretty waterproof on that point. So they are supposed to be waterproof. I wore these ones. As you can see, they're pretty messed up in a rainstorm. I got caught out in a rainstorm one time. So Hong Kong is a subtropical climate, it rains a lot, and I got caught in a rainstorm. And they were never quite the same after I got caught in that rainstorm. So I got drenched, like soaking wet. These were soaking wet, like I could literally feel the water inside, and you know, these little air holes which aerate the shoe yeah, filled with water. And they let off like a really strange smell after they got wet like that. They still smell a little bit since that, because I have a cat, and actually at first I thought that the cat had peed in my shoes or something, and I washed them non-stop to try and get the smell out. And I realized that nothing had happened to them, it was just the smell of the shoe itself, basically. I don't know if that's due to the vegan leather that's used, which is another point I want to raise. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm really up for using alternative products and not using animal products. However, whenever I hear the term vegan leather, I get a bit suspicious, because I think it basically means plastic, and it's normally a cheaper material. As you can see, I'll do a quick zoom up on this. As you can see, the vegan leather didn't last too well. It's gotten pretty destroyed there. I'll do another close-up of this later, and you can see that's where it's broken. Anyway, so those are the major drawbacks. The fact that the foot isn't fully supported, especially the follower when you're meant to be on your toe at most points. These shoes, in summary, are actually great shoes. I would recommend them. I do use them myself. However, they are for a specific type of dancer. If you are dancing in bars, if you're doing a lot of social dancing, you're not taking it too seriously, then these are the shoes for you. However, if you're dancing in studios, if you're competing, if you're doing any kind of performance, no, these are not the right shoes for you at all for that. But for Hong Kong, so in Hong Kong we do a lot of social dancing in bars, that's the main form of dancing here. And so for Hong Kong generally, I think they're actually a pretty good shoe. And again, like I said, it's a subtropical climate, so chances of rain, chances of you walking through puddles are pretty high. That's the great thing about these shoes, is that you don't have to worry too much about them. Obviously, like I said, in my experience, when they got soaking wet, they started to smell quite bad. But I think if they didn't get soaking wet, like for example this pair, they've been through some puddles, they never got soaking wet, and there's no smell to these at all. They've actually lasted pretty well, considering. Yeah, they've lasted very well. Going back to that, I mean, I know this pair are looking pretty bad, but I have to add that I wore these a lot. I wore these almost every day because they're just so comfortable. Like, I wore these to the stables, I wore these on the streets, I wore these through, I think I even wore them for hiking once, which is not recommended. They are not hiking shoes, don't wear them for hiking. But I do really like them. For me, the reason why I bought these shoes was because I was really looking for a pair of shoes that could dance on all surfaces, that I could, if I wanted to film a few, I don't know, videos, I could dance in concrete and I wouldn't have to worry about injury or destroying my nice dance shoes. And for that, these are perfect. These are great for that. Another thing I want to mention about Fuego is that their customer service was excellent. I have to say, like 10 out of 10, some of the best customer service I think I've ever experienced with the company. I was really impressed, like super impressed. They were so fast to reply to me. They were really kind and funny and just great to talk to. I really felt like I was being looked after. And I feel like customer service is really important when it comes to ordering online. It really gives you the impression of the company. And for me, I had, like, honestly one of the best experiences. I cannot recommend the customer service enough. I really want to give a shout out actually to especially whoever runs their Instagram site. As I said, funny, quick to reply. Yeah, you're doing a very good job, whoever you are. So if you're interested in buying a pair of Fuegos, we have a 10% discount code, link below. It's BASAK10, and with that you'll get 10% off your next purchase. This video is not sponsored by Fuego. This is a total, complete and honest review of my experiences with the Fuegos.